Welcome to Salt Travel Co. I'm Danielle, and I'm from the States. And this is Jairo, he's from Costa Rica.
Got that smile upon my face, 'cause there's excitement.
If you're new around here, we make curated travel videos aimed at providing location-specific guides to help you with your planning. We know you want to make the most of your time when you're out traveling, and we encourage people to get out and see the world, because we think life without travel is like food without salt. Okay, so let's dive in. Last time we had a blast in Tamarindo. And we so appreciated all the lovely comments, so thank you so much. We have now hopped in the van and driven about 25 minutes north. We're ready to explore the beaches at Conchal, Brasilito, Flamingo, and Potrero. They're very short jaunts in the car between each, but they're surprisingly uniquely different. It's easy to visit all of these places in one day. However, we're going to be exploring each in depth over the next few episodes, so that you can pick which vibe and place is right for you as a base. You could also make it into a road trip like we're doing. This time we're in Brasilito, Costa Rica, and we'll be walking the short distance over to Conchal Beach as well. These two beaches are the most different, but are actually right next to each other. The beach in Brasilito is a long stretch of open, slow-sloping, fine sand beach that gently extends out into the sea and stretches for about 2 kilometers from Conchal up to Flamingo. The friendly fishing village has a mellow, down-to-earth vibe with cute, colorful houses lining the pristine beach. The beach at Conchal, on the other hand, is visibly made up of countless millions of shell fragments. The beach steeply slopes down into a dreamy turquoise pool. Once famous for having a pink hue to the sand, it is still very beautiful to scoop handful after handful of tiny, shell-filled sand. The area behind the touristy beach, packed with vendors, umbrellas, and beach chairs, is collectively known as Reserva Conchal, featuring the all-inclusive Westin Golf Resort and Spa, which ranges in price from about $400 to $500 per night, and the luxurious W Hotel, with prices ranging dramatically from $400 to $800 per night. There are also many condominiums on the hillside, some of which are available for vacation rentals. The closest town to Reserva Conchal for groceries and shops is Brasilito. The best part is, whether you're wild camping or at a paid campsite, if you're staying at a hostel, hotel, or an all-inclusive luxury resort, all budgets will get to enjoy the same 5-star beaches. Dreaming of a tropical beach getaway, we highly recommend this specific section of coastline in Costa Rica. Book a flight into Liberia International Airport, and you'll have your toes in the sand in no time. We recommend renting a car at one of the many agencies for more travel flexibility. However, there are also buses and shuttles that serve the entire area as well. Combining world-renowned beaches with a trip to the amazing Arenal volcano and La Fortuna, or the cloud forest of Monteverde, is relatively quick and easy, with roughly 3.5 hours of scenic driving between each. Check out our travel guides on both places, links below. Once you're here, pick one of these places as a base and then beach hop. The short distances between each spectacular spot makes this an exciting beach holiday, and each town is quite different from the next as well. Activities in this area includes surfing and stand-up paddleboards, kayaks, snorkeling, scuba diving, sailing excursions, whale and dolphin watching, 18 holes of golf at the Garra de Leon golf course, one of the best golf courses in Central America. There are also ATV tours and wave runners for a kick of adrenaline. Welcome to Playa Brasilito. Playa is beach in Spanish.
Thank you. Yeah, mango with salt. She put them in that bag because you don't want to touch the milky part that comes out when you pick it. Can like give you some welts on your skin.
As you cross the short bridge and drive into Brasilito's main square, it could be easy to pass right through and miss this real hidden gem here. The beachfront soccer field has been repurposed as parking for the nearby Conchal beach, which is no longer accessible by car. Parking guards charge anywhere from 3,000 Costa Rican colones to about 5,000 colones, if you've got a real prime spot. There are quaint eateries around the square and a couple of markets for stocking up on water, soda, beers, and snacks. And most people just see this small slice of Brasilito. We decided to drive around a little more and discovered so much more than meets the eye at the first glance. Passing the main square on your left continues straight. Now you're in for a treat. The locals smiled and waved as we slowly moved forward, oohing and awing left and right at the cute collection of houses and jaw-dropping ocean views. There's a baker in town, a traditional soda serving tamales and ceviche, and lots of dogs and chickens and pigs happily running around. You'll notice several landscape seaside lots to choose from. We picked this little paradise complete with palm frond and palapa and driftwood seating. If you continue on, the road narrows and eventually leads to a little island at the end of the path.
We've decided to be brave and give this a try. Brave or dumb? Both the same thing. That's why life is tough, they say. Oh no, Rama! Branch! On my solar panels!
What better place for a picnic? Maybe you've brought a good book, a fishing line and a hook, or feel like a sunset horseback tour.
Hi, gorgeous. Are you having so much fun? Oh, Reina. Oh, Reina. Oh, Rayo. Those are my babies. Hey, Belle. Hey, Bella Bean.
We cooked up a tasty meal and settled in for the night, ready for another adventure in the morning. Throughout the evening, we spotted volunteer turtle conservation groups gathering up eggs to relocate them to safer patches. Most people will reach Playa Conchal by foot unless you're staying at the resort or in the residences. The closest parking is in the main square of Brasilito, but if you drive further along into the little neighborhood along the beach, you can also park for free.
So this sweet man we were driving by and we just kind of smiled and said, hola. And he said, hey, you can park at my house if you want to. And so we did, and we just parked at his house, and I said, oh, you know, how much would you like? And he said, oh no, I was just offering in case you guys wanted a free place to park. And then he was cutting up a fish and said, and I'm making this fish for when you come back, we'll have lunch.
The lovely beach walk from Brasilito down to Conchal takes about 15 minutes, unless you stop every 3 seconds like I did to soak in the scenery and take photos.
Enjoying this beach walk in Brasilito. Just could not be happier to find that it's the same as it was 15 years ago, hasn't been overdeveloped at all. It's surrounded by resorts and major development all around here, and this little town is a gem if you're looking for kind of just a really authentic experience, just a beautiful little beach town, and these people live right on the beach.
If you're bringing chairs and coolers and young kids, there are porters that will help you carry everything along for a small fee. Walking up and over the little jutting landmass that separates Playa Brasilito and Playa Conchal, the whole landscape changes. You descend into a somewhat chaotic affront of the senses. Chirping vendors selling rum-filled Pina Coladas, prancing horses, and a blast of music, laughter, and zooming jet skis set the initial mood.
Bienvenidos a Playa Conchal. Estamos con las Pina Coladas. Bienvenidos y pura vida.
We dove in cheerfully, accepting the loaded pineapples, and then strolled further in, looking for a shady place to plop down.
Bienvenidos a Conchal! So we're here in Playa Conchal. As you enter, it's kind of like a little bit of a whirlwind of activity. But the farther you get away from the entrance, the more and more mellow it gets. So if you see, I'm just about in front of the resort, and they rent out these jet skis, which the people are doing all sorts of crazy maneuvers out there. But the farther down you go, the more and more secluded it gets.
To give you an idea on pricing, if you want to do a tour for 2 hours, it's $160. Or you can rent them on your own and zip around for about $100 an hour or $60 for 30 minutes.
Oh, así no.
Conchal is a great place to swim, and when the water is clear, it's great for snorkeling. It's safest to swim directly nearest the entrance in the little cove formed by the bluff. Go on the other side of where they launch the jet skis.
I noticed we got here right about noon and it was packed. We had a hard time finding a place in the shade. And now that a couple of hours have passed, it seems like the majority of the people come in the morning, and by the afternoon they're heading home.
I'm such a huge fan of this area in Guanacaste. I highly recommend it for your upcoming travels to Costa Rica. That's it this time for Brasilito and Conchal. We're hitting the road again and we're heading towards Playa Flamingo. We'll be going through Potrero and we end up in Las Catalinas. If you're liking these videos, we appreciate it if you give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, it's free and it really helps support our channel. Check out our website and also check out our merchandise. And until next time, cheers and happy travels.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go.